Good morning and welcome. I'm Sharon Francis, and I'm Business Advisor for the Minority Business Assistance Center. We are located here in the Columbus Urban League, and we serve 18 counties in the Columbus region. And we want to welcome you to our webinar today, Resources, Why Every Business Needs It. And we have with us today our presenter, who is Charlene Davis. And she is going to be sharing with us today. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She's a licensed financial representative as well as human resource and business management professional who provides professional services for individuals, for-profit businesses, and nonprofit organizations. She has over 13 years of experience in financial services and 15 years of human resources management expertise. Charlene has worked for corporate America in executive and leadership roles, providing results-driven success for several Fortune 500 companies throughout her professional career. And she is committed to deliver the absolute best guidance and professional services towards effective business solutions. She believes as well as exemplifies integrity and commitment to people and businesses, which is very important and key in building lasting relationships. We're just really glad to have Charlene with us today. She's going to share with us her expertise in this field. And we appreciate all of you who are joining us, whether directly online or if you're watching this video. Again, we want to bring you good information to help you grow your business and understand some of the nuances of human resources, perhaps that you didn't know or even consider before. So I'm going to turn it over to Charlene at this time, and she'll take it from here.
Good
Charlene.
morning, everyone, and thank you so much for that beautiful and warm welcome, Sharon. I really appreciate it. Um, I am again Charlene Davis, president of C. Renee HR Consulting, and I am grateful, to have this opportunity to come before you and present human resources, why every business needs it. It is very important. I've even gotten questions by some of my now business clients who never even knew what HR is. And it was very surprising to me, but now it's not, because I learned something too, that not everyone, know the severity or importance of human resources, which is needed within every business. So I want to take some time this morning to go through my presentation to share with you in regards to human resources, why every business needs it. And I really hone on to that statement, why human resources, why every business needs it, because it encompasses a whole lot. It's very broad. It's not just your typical of what people used to think, and some may still think it's about payroll, it's about hiring and firing. That is not the course. And definitely not in this day and time where laws and rules and so many things have changed. Just the way we work have changed. The way how we go to work has changed. Not just for large corporations, but all small businesses. Absolutely, really needs to know the importance of human resources. So on the next slide here, what is human resources? Again, it's questionable to some people, and it's even questionable to some business owners who feel like, why do I need human resources in my business? I'm just a small business owner. Um, I got this. I got a third party payroll that's helping, with paying my employees. I'm okay. All I need is an accountant for the books, which is very important. My marketing, social media, that's very important. But never forget or doubt how absolutely important human resources is to every business, and it is very much needed. It is the foundation of every business. um, and human resources, To define that, it is a set of people who make up the workforce of an organization, industry, business sector, or economy, and the department responsible for managing all matters related to employees who collectively represent one of the most valuable resources in any business or organization, and that is human resources. Every business needs human resources because it is essential. It is essential in any business or organization. And HR professionals are often involved in more areas than, again, recruiting, payroll, training, benefits. It's so much more. So human resources actually shapes the culture of organizations and businesses, um, as well as the policies and procedures, employee retention and rewards, employee engagement also as well, and the managerial process. So again, HR is very important. And you can move on to the next slide, please. There are core areas and functions to human resources. Some of those core areas are listed here. We see recruiting and staffing, compensation and benefits, safety and compliance, talent management, training and development. So these core areas are probably, all familiar, and we all have heard of them and know some things about and some things of how they operate. Of course, with the recruiting and staffing, the recruitment, is very involved and in depth too, because you want to be sure that you have that great and that qualified candidate for the position that your business is seeking. Of course, the compensation and benefits plays a very vital part because you want to pay for the services of your workers, and they want to be paid as well too, as well as receive some type of benefits. Now, I do know with some small businesses, they don't have the fortitude to provide benefits, possibly like health insurance, but there are some other benefits that they can provide that can be attainable, as well as, very interesting, to employees, potential employees who may be interested in working for the business. Safety and compliance is very, very important. We all want to present and have those safety and compliance measures within our businesses. That keeps us safe as well, not just from physical safety and from any lawsuits or anything, but safety and knowing that we're providing this for our company, we're providing this for our employees as well. Talent management is huge as well. Talent management just don't just deal with the people or managing the talent of the people who are presently employed in our business, but also who are looking to grow as well, to elevate their skill sets. Training and development is always needed. We should never, never undermine that nor stop training and developing our employees as well as ourselves. We as the business owners, we as the leaders, we need training and development too, because things are ever changing, and we always should have the mindset to want to learn and grow.
Charlene, these are some great points even that you're bringing up. And I know that with the pandemic, a
Hmm.
lot of businesses have had to pivot, and where people were working in offices and in brick and mortar, many are now working from home. So when you're talking about benefits, you know uh, I know a lot of companies have resorted to like um, altering their work schedule, maybe,
Mm.
and allowing for more time, for personal time, instead of working a solid 40-hour day, um, So, if you can even just kind of speak to that, because often I think a lot of small businesses think, well, if I'm not providing, because you had mentioned like healthcare, I know that's usually
Yes.
the biggest ticket item. Yeah, yeah. And most people are afraid. That's why they'll just rather just have the people as 1099, you're on your own rather than W-2, but there are creative ways that we can
Mhm.
provide benefits, and often, if you could just kind of speak to that.
Sure.
Mhm.
Sure, absolutely. And that is a great question. Some of the benefits, like if a small business isn't um, able at the time to afford to pay for health insurance, they can have different things where they have resources or some type of connection to those health choices or pharmacies. There are good health pharmacy cards free that actually give discounts. Maybe they can have a book out or a printout that showcases like, hey, you can get X amount of money off of this pharmacy. You can go to Kroger's, you can go to Walgreens. There are things out there that small businesses can have on at their location and to present and have for their employees. So being connected almost in a sense of like a third party connector to those discounted services for
Mm.
pharmacies, even childcare, even too.
Mhm.
I did learn that there are certain other business sectors that will receive or give some type of, I would say, fee leverage to certain individuals who work in
Great.
different types of industries. Um,
Mhm.
as well too, or even discounts. Having those type of resources to other resources to help their employees is often a benefit. Another benefit is, hey, every month maybe have employee of the month, and we all know that gas prices are high.
Mhm.
Offer, hey, there's an employee of the month award that's
Mhm.
given each month.
Mhm.
You can have
Mhm.
those types of gift cards and so sort of speak. Be mindful though in giving out gift cards in businesses too. You want to make sure that you take account and make sure that is written out in your taxes, because
Ah.
you don't want to just buy it and say, oh, that was just a giveaway for the employee. That is counted, should be accounted within your accounting that
Mhm.
you gave that to a worker. And so
Mhm.
that's coming out of the business expense. So you want to be mindful of things like that. So
Fantastic.
you can have those
Fantastic.
type of benefits. You can even have a benefit where, hey, they can do hybrid, what we call hybrid now, come in the
Mhm.
office, whether it's you're off 1 day, 2 days, 3 days or whatever, and then other days you come in the office, or vice versa, you're working remotely. Those are
Mhm.
type of other benefits that you can allow. You can even have like, hey, is bring your child to work day, even in your small business. I know some
Mhm.
larger corporations do that, but small business can do that too. You can
Okay.
offer that. You can do something fun where you have a work family fun day for your workers, and you can
Mhm.
provide certain refreshments and just different things to feel more personable with your employees and allow them to feel comfortable with you and personable with you as well, and offering that time. It could be during a week or early morning Saturday where you guys are bonding and you're providing these type of refreshments for them as well.
That's great.
And in doing that, you're connecting, which
Mhm.
actually along those lines are bringing in, you're going into and connecting into emotional intelligence, which a lot of leaders lack in. And
Mhm.
actually, that is a part of human resources as well. It's kind of off stream, but it's along those lines.
Mhm.
So it's multiple ways of, offering benefits other than, healthcare that you may not be able, it's not at your fortitude, for your small business, but
Mhm.
there are benefits that I just stated that are helpful too. And I have a lot
Okay.
of other resources of benefits that small business owners can offer.
Great. Great. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. And as we see on the right side, the seven functions of HR is again the recruitment and the talent acquisition, employer and employee relations, maintaining that company culture, the benefits administration, training and development, creating that safe work, environment and handling disciplinary actions. Now, I know that last one is not so much fun, but it is often necessary. Things happen. It's business, but it's life, and things do happen with that. And so you want to be mindful that these are the seven functions of human resources and that, we deal with on a daily basis. Thank you. Next slide, please. So here we see businesses, the small, the medium, and large. We have this entrepreneur, that's just starting out off. So yes, it is a small business, the little mom pop shop. Then we have a medium-sized business. Oftentimes people may look at, certain organizations as, oh, okay, that's medium size. Could be like your uh, auto store. And then we have the large corporations. We like your P&Gs and other companies, that are around the city as well too, your Kroger's and everything. So with that, which business needs HR? I would say all of them, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All of all size of businesses needs HR, human resources. Again, human resources is the foundation of every business. Now we know the businesses are built on concrete, dirt, soil, on ground, but within the company, those companies are built on human resources. It cannot operate because they have to have policies and procedures in place, right? They have to understand and be abiding towards those local, state, and federal laws, right? So that administrative paperwork, everything has to work and be up and effective and efficient
Hmm.
in order to operate. Those I-9 forms have to be completed for your workers.
Yeah, I see, of course, with entrepreneur, and typically that we would say, oh, why would an entrepreneur need human resources? But if the business is built upon you as an entrepreneur and your human capital. I mean, if you're not able to work, the business does not operate.
So true.
And understanding what, even what your own personal requirements and needs are, is important. So maybe if you can just kind of speak to that, because I know we have a lot of solopreneurs and they're saying, well, I don't have employees yet. So why do I need them at this
Yeah.
time? Mhm.
Yes. And Miss Sharon, I just want to say you are all in my presentation. So that is part of it.
Well, let me let you do what you do. Okay.
No, I appreciate you. You just led the way. That was my segue. So
Okay,
no,
great.
thank
All right.
but yes, you said human capital management is a business greatest asset. What is human capital management? People, people get those engine running. For every business, and like you mentioned, the entrepreneur may even be thinking, "Hey, why do I need HR? I'm just a solopreneur. I'm just by myself. I'm pushing this out. Blah 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 blah. I'm a graphic artist or a photo artist. I just do this myself." You need HR because you know why? You in business, working, maybe getting contracts, doing business with other people, you need certain contracts developed, certain policies, again, procedures developed, certain even guidelines or handbook, because as you, even by yourself, you need to have all of that in place before you actually even begin to hire. That's just like, hey, you got the shoes but no shoelace, or vice versa, the shoelace without shoes. You need them. You have to have those type of things, those policies and procedures for your business before you really get started and anchor in. Because be mindful, things happen. And if you're just an entrepreneur, starting off as an entrepreneur, solopreneur, and you're excited, I get it. You're passionate about what you do because I'm passionate about what I do. You still need to have things in order. You have to do business right. And that's the bottom line. So therefore, you need to have your paperwork, your contracts, your policies, those procedures, the handbooks, all of that stuff in line before operation. So as you get rolling and you're building up business, you won't have to backtrack when another business want to do business with you and they say, okay, well, send me over your contract, and you don't have a contract. So now time is delayed. You're delaying that business relationship with them, and you don't want to have any red flags raised like you're unprepared, you're unprofessional, or you're just not legit. So be prepared. I know the excitement, it is real. The passion, it is sustainable, it's grounded in you, but make sure you're doing things right. It's just like, hey, before you start an engine on that car, you want it in that car to be able to move, you got to have gas in it, right? So make sure you're gassed up with everything that you need. So I hope that answered the question.
It sure did. Sure did. Thank you for that.
You're
Okay.
welcome. Next slide, please. So with this on here, why every business needs HR. Again, every business needs human resources. It doesn't matter what size, small, medium, large, or the number of employees, whether it is a service or a product-based business, you need it. And again, whether you are the only baker, starting off, you're going to need some help. You need that guideline. You're going to have legal. That is very important because it's sad, but we live in a world where people want to sue you. And why? Because they want money. Money. And especially if you're just starting off, you don't have that capital just to be paying out if it's a mistake you made or somebody feel that, hey, you did something wrong to them. Is one thing. You don't want to be dragged or red flagged by the IRS, the Department of Labor, or the EEO. Okay. And oftentimes, even what I've learned, some small businesses, um, entrepreneurs as well, they feel, hey, well, I'm starting, I'm making some money, but I got this. I don't feel I need to, outsource, a human resource consultant, so to speak. Oh, I don't want to pay that money, or I don't have the money. I tell people this that come to me and may express that, like, well, I'm okay for, I'm all right for now. I will later on. It's either you mind your business or somebody else is going to really mind your business. And seriously, and they're quick to report you if you're not doing things right and you don't have things in line. And I share also too, you either want to consult with a human resource professional and pay the cost that's needed to make sure that you're doing business right, or you want to pay the government. Which one is it? Because I think the government's going to cost you more. And even more than money too. It's going to cost you your brand of your business if you're not doing things right. So those company policies are very important. Every business needs human resources because we deal with those employee relations that you may not be well adept or skilled at handling, or hey, knowing what's the law and what's not the law, what to say and do against another person so you won't be sued. So you need that human resource professional to help you stay legalized and definitely stay out of court and definitely save your money. Don't waste your money, right? So you definitely need the compliance and the administration. And with administration, I just want to kind of pinpoint with that. Some people may look at administration in so many different ways. It's like, oh, administration is, oh, they're putting down, laying down the ground rules. It's not just that, it's the paperwork as well. Making sure that your paperwork, everything is lined up, is completed correctly, is filed correctly as well. That goes for the I-9s, the W-2s, everything, and even the 1099. I like to get to the 1099 part because I have some business clients that deal only with contractors. Contractors, they have to complete those 1099 forms. A lot of business owners don't know the process or their steps in doing that. The filing the 1099, that has to be filed, and that contractor needs that. It's no more longer the days of paying under the table. right? You want to do business right so you can grow. Because if you don't have good bookkeeping, record keeping, and there's a contract, a RFP, request for proposal, that you want to go for, you need to, you're going to have to share certain things, and how you're going to need to know how to do business right and have all your documents in order. So that's important, as well as the training. Getting that training, that human resources consultant professional can help train not just you and your staff as well on certain things that are viable to your business. um, Creating those employee handbooks, or a human resource handbook if you're only dealing with 1099. And you see how I made that difference? Because 1099 workers are not employees. They are workers, contract workers. So if that's what you have, then a human resource consultant can create that HR handbook specifically for your company, which you have those independent contractors working. And there are some rules and guidelines that needs to be followed and known for that. Now, W-2, that is for employees. So you can have like your handbook titled Employee Handbook. So these are things that I've learned. Several business owners don't know that. They didn't know that, the difference. But it's very important. And that's why, again, every business needs HR. Next slide, please. So again, HR is essential to any business and organization. There are more areas in human, HR professionals can help with, besides the recruiting, the training and development and payroll. Human resources shape the culture of the businesses and organizations, the policies and procedures, employee retention, total rewards, employee engagement, and managerial success. There are several professional services and solutions an HR consultant or professional can do for a business that other employees cannot do. Next slide, please. HR professionals do more than just the hiring. Again, just the hiring and the firing, the payroll, performance reviews, and creating HR handbooks. An HR consultant ensures that you are handling all of those things which are very important core areas and function in the function areas of HR in compliance with local, state, and federal laws. Now, this is very important. You're dealing with laws, and oftentimes some businesses, especially small businesses, don't think like, laws, federal laws, HR laws. Yes, there are HR laws because you are working and you have to pay taxes. There are small business owners that didn't realize that they had to pay taxes. They didn't realize they needed that workers' comp. You need it. You need that. You have to have it, even if it's just you. You got to pay into it. So we help with that. HR professionals, we help with that. And we help you to do, again, business right and to learn these things. With me per se, what I like to do when I'm dealing with a business client, I don't just create, develop, operate human resources for them. I actually teach as I do business with my clients. I teach them because we don't know how long or if anything we're going to be here. I like to give my clients the education as well. And I think that's in part because I do care. I'm passionate about what I do in business regarding human resources and especially with people. I enjoy building those positive and lasting relationships. And then, of course, I'm also a teacher by trade. So I love to share the information. So it doesn't hurt me to share what I know. It actually helps me. And again, every business needs HR. Small to large businesses, they need to have that presence in their Sorry. Okay. So again, you will save time, which is invaluable. And time is the most overly and underused progression of sequence and something we can't get back. So seeking a HR consultant or professional can help you save that invaluable time. Also, you will save money in the long run by connecting with the HR consultant from the start of your business. And lastly, you will have an HR professional who has a high level knowledge and expertise in many areas that impact the success of your business. And that's important. So, things to know: you don't necessarily need to hire a full HR department when you can just simply, and also it's time and cost saving to hire an HR consultant or professional. That's one person. So one person, a human resource professional, may be able to handle all of the HR duties of a small business. And for large organization, outsourcing the HR processes to an external firm will be helpful as well too. So that's very important as well, to know. And then HR can deal with difficult tasks and complaints, and as well as employees, and bring about those professional um, solutions for your organization to continue to withstand, to grow, and move forward. And this will allow the business owners to focus on their business, not so much working in their business, but on their business. And it's a big difference with that too. HR can also uh, create, can help with creating conditions where employees thrive, which can strengthen their employer brand as well too. And then lastly on here, what things to know is a, an HR professional can allow, can help that small business owner to have an experience with an HR professional to create and manage different things within the business as well too. So that deals with people experience and having a great people experience and the culture of their business. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is very important, and accommodation. So I call it DEIA: diversity, equity, inclusion, and accommodation. So that's highly important too as well. And then also the onboarding and exit interviews, which is very important and it's very much needed too, because oftentimes the way those exit interviews that I know of that are handled, it's not handled right. People are distraught. It's not done right, and it really doesn't have to be strenuous. I know it's not a good thing, but it doesn't have to be a negative thing either. Okay. We try to make it as comfortable as possible. And then here, HR for businesses, short and long term. So some small business owners may want to look at it like, okay, I just need a HR professional to come in for a short period of time. Short period of time could range differently for each business owner. Or someone may feel like, no, I need you, because I'm gonna be operating, so I just need you to stay on. And you can have those open-ended contracts with the HR professional too. There are certain guidelines. And again, it goes to show you need those contracts, right? So the HR focuses on people and processes. HR can help small businesses by creating the must-haves, for the business to succeed. Hiring an HR consultant will relieve the small business owner from, again, working in their business to working on their business. So you're not doing all the hustle and bustle inside the business and everything, answering calls, sending this, sending that, trying to create this, while you could be working on it, where gaining more partnerships, business clients, and so forth. HR can help scale small businesses and stand out by aligning, strategizing, organizing, and maintaining, right? So, with that being said, um, the people focus it is actually more so for small businesses due to the securing the top clients or talent for their organization. um, you want to have those type of marketing for your company to enhance or entice people to want to apply for your business or seek and working within your company to help your company grow. So HR can help that too. HR can help with your business having that excellent record keeping as well too. And HR not just help like in that last check mark, scale the small business and stand out by aligning, strategizing, organizing, and maintaining, but it also helps hold your business together as well too, with all the necessary documentations and just overall doing business right. So with some businesses, some small businesses can say, and this is for all businesses, they can leverage from this, but this is particularly for small business owners. You can have a short-term planning, which is a year. There's long-term planning, which is between 2 to 4 years. And then there's the HR long range, 5 years and beyond. And oftentimes, those first 3 years of a small business is really tough. It can even actually be a little tough, even up to 5, but you've already broken ground. You're making progress. And oftentimes, which I do have experience with some small businesses, they keep that HR professional within their business because they learned from day one, from the infancy stage, that human resources is vital to their business and it is the foundation. And they see how it's working for them. They see how that professional has, hey, taught them some things, showed them some things, kept them legal and doing things right. So it is very, very, very important. Um, I do want to kind of expound on that, with the short term HR strategies. They're in place to help resolve short term issues, while long term strategies are there to um, solve long term problems. Not always interchangeable, and different problems require different approaches. So those short term focuses on immediate actions. um, that's important, where the short term focuses on immediate actions, and the long term planning is actually focused on the expected outcomes, for the projected future. So it's very important, and the HR professional can really be there to connect with an HR consultant today. Don't wait another moment or next year, 6 months down the road, and say, oh, okay, I think I need it. You need it again when you're getting starting up. Um, and I'm one of them. So, any questions?
Fantastic, fantastic. I was just going to ask you that, at what point does a new business need to schedule that consultation? I think what you were saying as far as planning, because I know a lot of our clients that come through, they have their idea for their business, they're going through all of the startup processes as far as getting registered, the Secretary of State,
Yes.
getting their EINs and all of that type of thing. But um, in terms of really, as you're saying, establishing a foundation for your business, if it's just going to be you, and that's all you ever see it, being, still
Mhm.
there are things that you need to understand as far as your, your legal obligations, your tax obligations. I have entrepreneurs that are trying to figure out how to register their business, whether as an LLC or as a corporation, and what does that entail? Um, some that are going to be dealing with, contractual relationships, and so if that consultant can provide that information and the expertise as they're planning the strategy, how am I going to set my business up, and of course, obviously, when you need employees, you're going to need those things that uh, but then also dealing with contractors. You know I deal with them. I've dealt with 1099 contractors working through a nonprofit organization.
Mhm.
And then often we don't think about, well, workers' comp is still required, depending on the type of work that they're doing for you, especially if it's anything, where there can be any possible injury, you know, on the job or something like that for the service that they're providing. But making sure that your business is protected in case someone has an incident, you know what I mean? And having workers' comp coverage is, a valuable asset.
Yes,
And
it is.
some, mhm.
It
And
really is.
yeah, so this has been great. I
Thank
hope
you.
that everyone that is listening has been able to glean information and maybe get a little bit better understanding of what um, the benefits are of having um, human resources, and understanding that you've got to invest in your business.
That's
Your
right.
knowledge and your planning and all of that, can help your business grow faster, more efficiently, and or even prepare for growth.
Mhm.
Because when that big contract or that big opportunity comes through, now is
Yes.
not the time. They're like, okay, well, wait a minute, let me get my, my I'm going to hire some people, and you don't even know how to put together a job description, or
Absolutely.
you know what I mean. So I mean, and then of course we, as your Minority Business Assistance Center, we're here to help guide you through a lot of those decisions. But when it comes to, specific things, that are for your business, when it's dealing with, accounting things, we can direct you to an accountant. We're not going to advise you as if we are accountants, because we're not. Okay.
Right.
Same thing when you're dealing with, issues with employees. You're not going to talk to your accountant necessarily about how to handle your employees. Or
Mhm.
you're dealing with contracts, you're not going to talk to your accountant about that, because you need an attorney, or you need someone that
Mhm.
has that knowledge of, you know, um, um, of employee law, and
Mhm.
all of those things. So I definitely can see the benefit of connecting with an HR consultant. And I'm going to be calling you, Charlene.
You.
myself,
Your call.
myself, yeah. And because I think there are areas, obviously, that could definitely help us to provide further support, even to the clients as we're talking to them, So thank you.
Absolutely.
So thank you for your time in sharing with us today. This recording will be made available to all of those who did register with us, and also on our Impact University YouTube channel. So it is there, and so you can direct people to it so they can hear it directly from you. And
Yes.
that's what I do. I send, my clients, I send them to our YouTube channel so that they can hear from the professionals. And that's exactly what we want. We want to be able to give the right information from people that are
Absolutely.
qualified to give it. So I, again, appreciate you for taking your time out of your schedule to be with us today. And for everyone that is watching, stay tuned for future editions, as the Minority Business Assistance Center is here to serve you. Have a
I
great morning.
thank you for having me. Thank you so much. And my contact information is at the bottom of the screen.
Yes. Thank you again. Be
You're
well.
welcome. Thank you.
Mhm.